Hello and welcome to this presentation in the MA seminar on political sociology on religion and politics. Religion is, of course, a large topic. When we are approaching it through this field, we're approaching it sociologically. That is to say, we are not approaching it using the measures of theology or philosophy. We are not so much concerned, except in some cases, with the things that religion proposes or suggests are true, but rather I can say this, that there are some general points we can make about religion, observations about religion and social and political life in general. First of all, people are affiliated with many different intermediate and basic and large-scale organizations that form their ties to the society in which they live. And in most social environments, religion is one of those principal affiliations. The second thing we can say about religion is that the functioning of religion and the history of religion are connected to the functioning and history of states, not in a simple way, but in a complex way. That is to say, that religions are both supportive of and sometimes subversive of the functioning of states. A third thing that we can say about religion is that religion is tied to national identities and to ethnic identities in ways that have different types of potential. They have the potential to intensify conflict, and they also have the potential to contribute to reconciliation. What makes the difference in terms of which of these potential is realized is what sort of relationship is built between religious structures and other social and political structures. And the final point is probably implied by the rest of the points that we've made here above, and that is that inevitably religion is going to be political, it has a political character, and it is going to be politicized. That is to say, it is going to be used for political purposes. If we are talking about political sociology specifically, then I think there are some other things that we might be able to say about religion. One is it's not difficult to find contemporary events that shed a light on and underline the political and social character of religion and the way that religion takes on importance in its inflection that comes through the way that it interacts with other social and political institutions. Second thing that we can say is that historically, the origins and the development of religion are very closely tied to the origins and development of social order itself. And this is one of the insights, one of the first insights in sociology that is made about religion by Emil Durkheim in the Elementary Forms of the Religious Life. He says, what all religions have in common is that they use symbols as a way for people to commemorate and celebrate and recognize something that they think of as being larger than themselves, something that they perceive as having power over them, and something on which they depend. And so for Durkheim, he says, well, what religion really is, what every religion is in its origin, is a representation of the social order, of the basic structure and of the basic principles of the social order. And in that sense, he makes what sounds like the heretical statement that what religion constitutes is the society worshiping itself. Now, this is a point that was made in the early 20th century when Durkheim wrote the Elementary Forms of Religious Life. It's probably a point that applies a little bit differently in contemporary social conditions, where most societies have some degree of religious diversity, as well as some degree to which people do not accept religious affiliation. They reject it, or they evade it, or they prefer other affiliations. So this is the framework through which we are going to look at religion. The structure of this presentation, we are now on point one, an overview of religion. Then we are going to spend a bit of time looking at the question of what is religion, and move on to talk about ways in which religion interacts with forces like globalization and secularization. Fourth, we'll talk about ways in which religion is used politically in explicit ways by talking about so-called political religion, or what's sometimes called fundamentalism. We're going to look at some of the functions that religion takes on in the post-socialist environment in the states that people in this program are particularly interested, and then we'll try to offer some general conclusions. So let's move on in the next section to look at some general aspects of and possible definitions of religion.